Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Let me know if you can hear me. If you're in the room, let me know if you can hear me, family. I'm still waiting. Welcome in, family. Welcome in, family. We're gonna get started soon. Just let me get this thing shared here. Really hope everyone's all right today. We're gonna have a good conversation just about moving forward, things that we plan to do moving forward, and to see where you guys stand with all that. See if you can see yourself in the mission. Okay. Peace, Kaylin Williams. Good to see you guys coming in. Okay. Peace to one. What we building, Kev, you about to see, brother. We about to build a future. Okay. We about to build a future, brother. Peace, brother. Peace, Charles. I'm glad you on. Peace, Miss Alonda. Peace, JC Watkins. Good to see you, brother. High noon. Absolutely. See, JC already knows exactly the reason why I'm going live at 12. The sun is the most high, right? At 12 noon. Peace, family. Peace, Theodora. Peace, Grammy. Peace, Queen Nubia. Peace to one. What's up, Nichols? 27 Nichols. What's up, Deidre? Sagittarius, what's going on with you? Hello, Miss Tish. Indigo, what's going on? Miss Shay, how you doing? Welcome in, family. Welcome in, Michelle Benet. What's up, Jay Fry? Peace, Latoya. So, family, we're going to have a good conversation today. Hopefully, you guys dialogue with me. So I ask you guys to just be very specific with what you're typing, so I can try to bring as much light to that as possible. I'm going to see how to add someone on. I don't need these headphones. I'm going to see how to add someone on, bring them in via video through YouTube. If any of you know how to do that, if I have to be on Skype, then I won't be able to do that this time, but I'm on YouTube. I will be reading you guys' comments. It's very important to me on what you guys have to say concerning this. So I want to wait for a little while, just at least get a few more people into the room. I see you calling Barbados. What's up with you? How's the weather there? Peace, Michelle. Damien, what's up with you? Marky Mark, I see you, brother. Sissy, what's up, sis? What's up, Desmond? I said I see you. Teague Jamison, what's up with you? What's up, Ivan? Peace, Isaac. I'm gonna get there, family. I'm just letting it build a little bit. Let me see if I don't quite know how to do music, but I will try. See if I can let you guys maybe hear a song that I haven't released yet. See if I can find it on here. Let's see.
Wanna fly, can you take? Give me a star to reach for.
Can you guys hear that? Let me know.
And they'll go so
I love to come to Barbados.
Don't touch the ground. Peace,
peace, family.
Before we all fall down. We just want the truth.
Okay, cool.
The truth. Why? Consider make these walls fall down. We just want the truth. Why? Consider make these walls fall down. Ain't I the closest thing to an angel with broken wings? Can't fly. People tried to kill him, but he can't die.
Terry
and he can't deal with the pain.
Indeed, we want the truth. That's it.
On himself remains, and he can't heal. When he's supposed to have an energy, he doesn't. He's been exposed to the truth, and there's an enemy between him and God. So much chemistry between him and I. Chemically, we're the same, so I guess he is my inner side. Intertwined.
After the song, family, I'll get started, okay?
Chemically, you got that medicine, it better be proven clinically to heal him. Better yet, kill him. Until then, I represent truth. That's all I gotta say. And they get upset. And they make difference like that don't make them a suspect. I consider myself enlightened, so I look on the bright side. When I say
enlightened, so I look on the bright side.
Be a legend faster and even better rapper. And I never use guns
because I never had to. You catch me slipping, then I get some Casper. But let me ask you, it make your life any better, you jealous bastard? It don't matter, I'm everlasting. I'm telepathic. I'll drop hella classics, I'll tell you that shit. I'll live forever through my passion if that would have ever happened. When it comes to the truth, you gotta reach for the stars like Inspector Gadget in order to grasp it. Who better at it? Snatch the crown from whoever has it. Take it and give it back to him after I let them have it. Like,
why would you give it back to him after you let them have it?
Because I'm consistently growing, trusting my head will just crack it.
Eventually,
thank you, the one. Actions speak louder than words, brother.
Keeping me from that is my mental see. You can't see it cause your mind's raffle. But give me a year with you, you'll believe in time travel. So as opposed to having energy, he's been exposed to the truth. Him and God, him and I, and aside, him and I.
I'm just emailing.
That's all I gotta say.
I'm just sending a message to my family out here. Let them know I'm on YouTube. Tune in, because there's a few of these guys that I absolutely want to be available.
The kids slipping, then I get some Cashapp. Jealous bastard. I'll drop hella classics, I'll tell you that shit. I'll live forever through my passion if that would have ever happened. You gotta reach for the stars like Inspector Gadget in order to grasp it. Snatch the crown from whoever has it. Take it and give it back to him after I let them have it. Like it. After you let them have it. Just crack it.
She's singing her tail off, ain't she, y'all? Killing that.
It's my mental state. You can't see it cause your mind's raveled, but you can't see it cause your mind's raveled, but eventually I'ma be who I was meant to be. The only thing that's keeping me from that is my mental state. You can't see it cause your mind's raveled, but you can't see it cause your mind's raveled, but just like a bird.
Her name's Tamika, family. She lives in Denver. Her name's Tamika Carter. Or Childress, whichever one. Tamika Carter or Tamika Childress. If she's on Facebook, you can find her that way too. She used to live in Charlotte. That's where we did this work. Dope. All right, family. Don't let it do that. That was about to play Nipsey Hussle last time that I checked. I love that song. I love that beat. I like walking to that beat. Last time that I checked, I'm thinking about doing a freestyle track to that. I'm telling you. But that was about to come on, and they was going to hit me with so many copyright issues. So I had to turn that off real quick, family. It's good to see you guys too. It's good to see you guys too, family. All right, cool. That's what's up, Deidre. Yeah, so Tamika Childress or Carter is out there in Denver. You see her on Facebook and stuff like that. Tell her I sent you, man. I think that she's actually alone out there. Don't really have a whole lot of friends out there either because she recently moved back out there probably about like a year or so ago. And she's working and all, but it's hard for her to meet people too. So reach out to her, man. She's a great artist. Actually, when she comes back this way, we'll actually do a video for that. Now you guys will see this visual in the up and coming short film that myself and Callie had put together. Callie's amazing with the videography, family. If you need any work done, you got to see Callie. But you'll see this visual in this track, or you'll see that visual in that short film. But we're actually going to do a video, an actual video to that song. I'm out here in South Carolina, Butterfly, and actually just the last event in Charlotte. We talked about building or putting something together in Charlotte for all the people that can come to this local to Charlotte and be able to build in terms of just meeting with people that's free-minded. So that'll be a lot of what we're going to talk about here today. I'm going to, I guess, express some things to you guys, some of my concerns, some realizations that I had, and then how I plan on tackling that and moving forward with you guys, man, because you guys do contribute to myself. You support me monetarily. You support me physically by showing up to the events that I'm going to be at. And you guys support me by reaching out to me and just, encouraging me in many ways. I really consider you guys my family. So I want to be completely open with you guys before we move forward into this. OK, so it's very important to me that you guys know exactly what's going on. ATL in the house. I'm glad you're here because we got some good news for ATL and all that stuff, too. I wanted to make sure that I had my stars on here with me. Obviously, you guys know I work really strongly or really closely with Ricky, Vicky, Callie, Christine, and of course, Vanessa. These guys I work with very, very closely. Alex, Latoya, all of you guys. I really like to have a conversation with you guys. Of course, we'll have a meeting after this, and a few others of you as well. Jamie, a lot of you guys who contribute to what we're doing. I really appreciate all of your efforts. What this is, though, is an attempt to reach out to all those people who actually want to be a part of what we're doing, who want to contribute to what, Be Evolution or Born Winners or what Kevin Wesley's out here trying to do in the world. And I want to give you guys a way to do that. First off, let me explain. I know a lot of you guys have reached out to me and asked to help. You've asked to put your hands in, and I may have not reached out. I may have reached out and then haven't reached out again. You have to understand something about me. First off is I don't trust very well. And that's only because I get a lot of death threats. I get a lot of people who send me messages that are not positive, family. And so I don't know if someone's coming at me in a positive way, if they have a back agenda or hidden agenda. So I'm very skeptical when dealing with new people, especially when someone doesn't really reveal to me who they are or I haven't met them in person yet. I'm very nervous about doing stuff like that. So I probably won't give you a lot of information or a lot of time. Peace, Vicky. I'm glad you're on. I probably won't give you a whole lot of time when it comes to, you coming and helping out. Because honestly, I just feel weird. I get a lot. I'm always nervous anytime I go somewhere else and speak. Always. Anytime I'm out at Walmart or the mall, anywhere else, I'm always nervous. People always see me and come up to me, wanting to meet me, shake my hand, grab a picture, or argue, fuss, fight, whatever the case may be. Most of the time, it has been positive messages, positive encounters. But family, all it takes is that one encounter. I've had people tell me, if I ever see you in public, I will blow your brain out. I've had people tell me this, literally tell me this through messages. If I ever see you out, I won't ask any questions. You a dead man. And they literally feel like they be doing the world a favor. So I want you to bear with me. when it comes to my lack of reaching out. So at least you understand where I'm coming from. Not only that, I've been very independent my whole life. My mother died at 3 years old. My father wasn't there. No grandparents was alive when I was born, aside from the one I had, and she died really early. I lived on my own since I was 14 years old, family. Thank you very much, Offset Love. So even with me going to church and being a church goer at the early age of 13, 14, I was still very independent. I just do things on my own. I don't think to look and reach out until my back is against the corner and I absolutely need someone. And then I may reach out. Now, to that other person, they may feel like, man, you don't call unless you need something. Well, yeah, I know that's seen as negative. Man, you only call when you need something, but I don't see it like that. I see it as a positive almost. Like he calls when he needs something. I know that if you need something, you call. And I know that if you don't need nothing, typically you won't bother me. I was just raised that way, not necessarily by someone else, but I guess I raised myself to be independent, having my heart broken, being let down so many times by different people. I just go about things my own way, family. I don't mean to keep people out, but I guess the result is the same, regardless of why I'm doing it. A lot of you guys feel, left out when I'm doing things and things like that. I don't want you to feel that way because that's honestly just not the case. So I want to be better, but I need you guys' help. Okay. I recently put a post up and I was saying that, hey, I can't continue to do this alone. So things have to change. I got a lot of messages from you guys. You were worried concerning if I was going to quit or stop doing this. That wasn't my thought at all. I was merely saying that it's time for a change and I cannot do this alone, meaning I have to utilize you guys. Doing it by myself is not really working. It's hurting me financially, mentally, physically too, because it keeps me tired all the time doing all this stuff on my own. And it's also bad for you guys. You don't feel like much part of the movement. And I don't mean to make you feel that way. And that's why I want to be better. When you're dealing with like churches and things like that, they meet every single week. They meet more than once in a week. The choir team, that's a team inside the church. They meet every Saturday to practice choir rehearsal. You have Wednesday Bible study where the whole church meets up. You have prayer service where the prayer warriors or whatever will meet up on Saturday early morning. They'll do their bidding and their meetings. You have Sunday morning where they do theirs. You have usher board meetings. You have meetings within churches. Churches have, groups within the group, and those groups even meet. And we don't have that. We're unfortunately only subject to being online because we don't have a physical place to congregate. So I'm not much for a lot of reaching and calling out to people, but I need to do that better. So I want to start doing more meetings, even if it's just online, with us talking and keeping in our minds what the goal is. Because if you're not constantly talking about these things and reiterating on what your goals are, they can just slip away. And what I'm noticing is I'll meet with a lot of you guys and we'll be very passionate about, changing the future and working together as a unit. But then a couple of months go by, we don't feel that fire the same. And it's likely due to us not having these meetings to keep that energy right where it needs to be. Other organizations have this, and we don't. And I can do better about that, no doubt about it. I can say all day, well, we don't have a place to meet in, but I can also take the extra step to have all of us, get on a conference call and continue to build. Okay, these are areas where I'm really realizing that I feel short. Now, Kevin, why did you have this realization? Well, let me just tell you, when you guys come to the events, if you guys have been to an event of that I threw, far as Be Evolution through. Whether that be meet and greets or a traditional speaking engagement where you actually got to see me do a lecture and things like that, throw up a like if you don't mind. Give me a thumbs up if you've ever been out to an event. I'm going to pause to give you guys time to answer this. If you've been to an event and saw me in person speak or anything like that, just give me a thumbs up, family. And while you guys are doing that, I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab me a water. I'll be right back, family. All right, so I see some thumbs up. Great, great, great. All right, so what did you guys think of the events when you came out, family? I see a lot of thumbs up. Fantastic. So you guys that came to the event, what was your experience? What did you think of the event? Loved it. Okay, Charles. Charles says Charlotte was his first and he loved it. Okay, cool. Thank you, Leach, 1728. JC said Charlotte was his first. Okay. Theodore says Vegas meet and greet was great. Thank you, Miss J. She said it was amazing. Okay, so what we get from these events, family, is Charlene said it was a lot of great information. Meet and greet was great. Thank you, Ashley. So down to earth and welcoming. I saw you at the African Village in Atlanta. Absolutely, Domi. I remember that. Kelly said I enjoyed them all, right? And eventually, I had the honor to speak at one. Absolutely, Kelly spoke. You guys, if you didn't know, he spoke at the last Charlotte event, and the brother went off. The brother went slam off, family. JC, that's awesome. JC says he likes to be around people who thinks like him, you know. Thank you very much, Nesta. I'm trying my best. Arizona, that won't be a problem, man. Let me know. Let me know, family. And I will be telling you guys exactly what it takes to get me to where you guys are, because I'm really trying to get this done, family. All right, so let me get on with my point, okay? So a lot of you guys have been to the events, and what we get from you guys that have been to the events is that you love it. You love meeting with people that think like you. You love getting the information, and you love just to congregate with people who have really nice hearts. Like Ashley said, they're very welcoming. We all are really in dire need of having this social life with people that think like us. This is very important in humanity, period, is that we grow with people who think like us. This is actually how evolution happens, via movements. These things that inspire us to change from within, and then we become better for it, right? This is something that's very essential in our lives. Essential Everyday Sea Star, thank you very much. This is something that's very needed in our lives, family. So it is great for us to all come together. But I want you guys to understand, let's say like take the meet and greets from Birmingham to Atlanta. These events went absolutely great. And from the flip side of you guys that came to the event, absolutely, I don't think you guys have a whole lot of complaints. But from my side, things didn't go 100% the way I would like them to. I handed out shirts, and some shirts weren't, paid for. I don't know if people forgot or what. I did message people to let them know, hey, I gave you a shirt. It wasn't free. I just didn't have time to collect the money because I didn't have anyone to help me collect money. Because again, my preparation skills haven't been up to par. I haven't been reaching out to people, making sure I was straight on everything. So here I am trying to sell the shirts and sell the other things as well. And I didn't want to be doing that. Didn't feel like I could do that at that moment. So I just threw people the shirts and said, just give them to me in a little bit when we go to the bowling alley, because we all went out to a bowling alley as well. And a lot of people, kept those shirts, and I didn't have anyone to help me with that. So that's money lost. The second time I ended up, losing money as well. The third time was the same thing. And it's really on me. I don't ask you guys for a lot of help. When I'm scheduling these events, you guys just see a flyer go up. I don't even inform Callie, Ricky, Vicky, Vanessa, the people who actually literally help me side by side of any money problems. I just don't feel comfortable doing that. And so a lot of them are like, dude, why don't you just tell me? I got to do better. I know I do. Elijah walked up to me at the end of the last event and, said some things in my ear and just was like, bro, you got to let us know. You can't, just go quiet like that and allow these things to happen to you. And I heard him with my heart. It's true. I have to be better. I can't ask you all to grow if I don't take an internal look myself, right? And I'm always doing that. I hope you guys can see that. I'm always doing that or whatever. But anyway, the last event really made me have a realization. Again, I planned an event. I asked, Callie, Ricky, William Jones, and Lorenzo to come to the event and speak, of course. And of course, Ricky. but I didn't really fill them in on a lot of details that I needed going forward. So I didn't really give them an opportunity to help out and things like that by kind of leaving them out of the loop, not on purpose, but I'm just used to doing it myself. Look, I go find a venue. I find out how much they want for the venue. I give them the deposit. I tell you guys about it in hopes that you guys buy the tickets. Then I go back and give the people the rest of the money for the venue, just like you're supposed to do. I go and I buy the shirts, okay, to sell at the events. And then I buy the food to give you guys away at the events to go along with the event. And I don't even charge you guys for the food. And all this is coming out of my pocket. And it's just honestly money I don't have on my own. So what I want to do is I want to put together a team of people like that. I mean, I don't care if it's, 100 people or 1,000 people, but many of us can come together and dedicate a certain amount per month so we can do this without it hurting us so bad or hurting me so badly. For those of you guys who are willing to do that, that starts with just going and subscribing at Patreon. Obviously, I just ask for $2 a month. If you can do $10 a month, if you can do $50 a month, that'll be great. My overall goal, family, is not what you see us doing. It is much greater than that. It's much greater than just handing somebody a plate of food and wondering what they're going to eat tomorrow. I'm really trying to build something that's going to be lucrative for the world, economic, so we can actually create a base that generates income. And then we can actually really help people with the income that we generate. I like to invest into a storefront building or a building in Atlanta and potentially Charlotte to start with. And if we can get a few of you guys, 100 of you guys donating $50 a month, 200 of you guys dedicating $25 a month, so forth and so on. You got 6,000 people just in the Born Winners group alone, 6,000 people. If we can do that, we can have a place where you guys can come to all the time in Charlotte, all the time in Atlanta. And then when we're doing these events, we're not having to go book a venue. We can do more events. We can do things that like date night. We can do parties. We can have fun, and we'll be able to have our own conscious spot. OK, with this revenue, family, we can buy up land and properties and homes. I want to be to a place to where if someone speaks about religion and they lose their job, then maybe we can provide some income for them until they get on their feet. If some preacher is not wanting to give up teaching religion because his income is tied to it, then maybe we can meet you somewhere in that, right? And for people who has been harmed by this, so we can actually really truly be a safe haven. And we can't do that just by being a media source, right? It's time for us to actually join together, like Vicky says, put all the hands on deck and not just have a few of us sacrificing, but all of us sacrificing a small amount, and we can get great things done. I've been doing a lot of thinking about it, and I've came to this conclusion that I shouldn't have to take all of my money. And again, guys, I don't have a job. I don't. My job is servicing you. I'm in service to you guys. So I can only do what you guys give me. That's it. And many of you guys have trust issues, whatever. I'm growing impatient with that. If you have trust issues and you don't want to give, I'm tired of kind of trying to encourage you to. If you don't trust me by now, then that's just on you. I have a mission, and I'm not going to sit here and wait on you to trust me. That's just silly, family. You see me from 3 years ago. I walked away from it all. I could have had a mega church teaching lies, but I didn't. If that's not enough to let you know that I'm really real, I don't know what to tell you. And since then, even with them taking my job and making it very hard for me to continue, I still haven't quit. You guys can go find hundreds of videos that I've put out while I was suffering financially, while I was suffering in my body. I have not stopped. I have not stopped. All I'm asking is for y'all to sacrifice some too. That's all I'm asking. I know y'all not expecting Kevin Wesley to change the world. I cannot do it. We all can do it though. We all can come together and do it though, right? And I think that should be the goal, right? We should try to come together and build and unite that way, not just expect one person to do it, because we won't be able to. Let me see here. Hang on one second, family. There's a lot of repeat comments here. If there's not going to be any clarity brought to them, I will remove you from the group. We don't have time for that today. This is not a lecture. This is a call to action. This is for the people who truly believe in what we're doing and who want to be involved. Family, the Patreon is available. If you cannot donate, with money, you can donate your time and effort and maybe some knowledge, right? Maybe you have resources, people that can help us when we get to different places. A lot of you guys were asking if I can come to your area and teach and bring a lecture to your area. What I need is about 8 to 10 people who are willing to help me, okay? Who are willing to help me. Let's see here. Kelly's talking to At Mario, Kelly told at Mario to get out of here. So Mario, you out of here, brother. I trust Callie. Callie say be gone. You gotta go, family. All right. Hopefully we got that distraction gone, family. Yeah, people don't want to see us come together. Trust me, they really don't. They don't want to see us come together. So it's definitely time for us to do that. Give me a moment. I just want to make sure this is cleared out. A lot of racial epithets have been thrown into the live. I don't know if they're aware that we don't live on that plane. Words don't hurt us here. We are evolved. You can't use archaic words that was used to hurt our ancestors on us. We are far evolved, brother. You got a whole different person you need to be trying out. If you're going to be acting like that, we don't live on that plane. State your claims and your what you got to think logically, or get on. We don't need the insults, family. Don't have time for that. So 8 to 10 people on the ground in the city that you guys want me to come to. That's all I ask. And what I mean by those 8 to 10 people on the ground is people who are going to be able to help me work the door, take money. I'm going to need bodyguards, people to stand up on the door, make sure I'm safe, make sure you guys are safe, because I don't want you guys coming to a place to where you have to worry about a Dylan roof, right? We need somebody there that we know if somebody come in there acting stupid, they're going to be gone before they can even think about it. All right. And that's it. Whatever that way and whatever that means. Okay. We cannot, I'm not about to put you guys at risk. So anywhere that we go, I'm gonna need to make sure we got at least 8 to 10 people on the ground that's going to be able to help out. Because what a lot of times happens is I get to these places and I have no one. I have nobody to collect money. I have no one to man the door or any of those things. So Callie has to go with me every single time. He is the photographer. He is the videographer. He will be filming the footage and getting that back to you guys. For those of you that do donate and contribute and commit to donate a certain amount monthly, that of at least $10, you will get the footage of every event that we do absolutely free. So if you're donating $10 a month, family, you will be getting our footage for free. Do you understand that? Absolutely for free. If you are a Patreon customer, you will be getting a lot of the footage for free as well. If you are committing to donating towards one of our storefronts or one of our buildings that we're using to have our events in, you will get into a lot of these events free. Just look at it like you're buying a membership, a monthly membership to come to all of the conscious events that we're doing. There may be a special event where we invite other speakers and stuff like that to come in that you may pay to come in. But the typical nights that we open up, you'll be able to get into those things free because you do contribute every single month, family. So I want this to be that way for you guys as well. So again, if you cannot, if let's just say I'm going to be speaking, let's say like Charlotte. If I could rewind this back, I would have gotten with my team, right, of a few hundred people, a few thousand people, and I would have said, listen, guys, this is the cost for the venue, right? This is the cost for the food to serve the people. Because we all want this message to go forth, we can all say, okay, we can all put $3, $4, $5, $10 towards meeting this so we can have this event and it doesn't break you, Kevin. That way, all you have to do is worry about going and speaking, having all your information together so you can help the people. Ricky can tell you firsthand. Thank you very much, LeSean. I don't know if I did that already. Ricky can tell you firsthand that him trying to prepare to be the first speaker at this event and also help Tamasha with cooking, because we didn't have a helper for Tamasha at the end. He was thrown off. He wasn't even able to get his lecture off the way he had intended. So he is going to sit down and give you guys a lecture clean. We're all going to do that. We're all going to give you guys a lecture, very, very clean lecture, and put that in the form of a DVD or a video online that you guys will have access to. If you already paid for the last live screening, we was able to get you half of that, but then the cameras messed up. We're going to get you the whole thing for free. So Nick Chambers, LeSean, all of you guys who paid to see that live video, you will get that footage absolutely for free whenever we get that completed with Callie. All right, family. And then, of course, it'll be available for you guys to purchase as well after we get that done. But to all of you guys who did pay for that live stream, who are Patreons, you will get that information, get that video for free. Okay. But what I want to know is if you guys are down, if you could just consider having a building and seeing what that could do. We can get really far by doing this and coming together, a lot farther than what we could do if I'm doing it on my own. And I guess this weekend, when it hit me the way it did, I realized that I could potentially be holding us back. I could be potentially holding us back, with by being you know, afraid to ask for help or be afraid to involve you guys, and so I don't want to do that anymore. I want to make sure that I'm getting with you guys and giving you guys an opportunity to help out any way that you can. But I will be putting you guys in touch with, some of the other guys that I do trust, because I don't want to be just telling people that they can come and help me and they don't have any real good intent. So, of course, if you guys are looking to help and help out with events, as far as it means, even if it means, coming to the events, helping, volunteering your time to help clean after, volunteering your time to help set up, volunteering your time to help out Callie, the cameraman, or the videographer, because Callie speaks as well. Volunteering your time to help Vanessa with planning a lot of the events. I'll be putting you guys with who you need to be in contact with, so you guys can get this done. Okay, and this way, the speakers, myself, like say, Callie when he's speaking, Ricky when he's speaking, William, Lorenzo, all these people that I have, when they come and speak, they can solely worry about what they're speaking and get that information to you, because that's what y'all come for. Y'all come to get this information, and we don't want it to be, you guys to leave not getting what you needed because we had so much going on. And but don't get me wrong. From the outside looking in, I think a lot of you guys that came to that Charlotte event was absolutely happy with it. I did get a few people to reach out to me and give me some advice on things that I could change to potentially make it better. Some of it was really good advice. I'm always interested in growing and becoming better. So if any of you guys have been to an event and you want to offer some advice, if you have any experience in event planning, I'm going to put you in contact with Vanessa. She is over that department, and she's more than willing to listen to you guys and learn in that area as well. I was in the church family. I was a preacher, but I've never built a church from the ground up. In fact, when I was preaching, I was rarely included in any organizational type things. I was rarely included. I was never included in the money. I was not paid a salary. My pastor, I think, was paid a salary, but when he died, I was the acting speaker. I spoke every fourth Sunday, and sometimes, a lot more than that. Along the end, I started speaking like every Sunday, but I never had to build a church for my own. So like all these organizational things, they actually are above my pay grade. So I actually do need help in that area. I'm just doing the best I can with scheduling events and booking them and going out and trying to speak. I'm no event planner. I just know I have a message that I want to bring to the world, and I won't let anything stop me. And by doing it like that, it's not looking good, right? It's wearing me thin. It has me having these thoughts of just giving it all up and just saying, hey, maybe I'll just go get a day job or something like that, because it can really push you to just want to pull what little bit of hair you have out left, family. So I just want you guys to understand that I am doing everything that I can possibly do on my own, but I just need you guys' help. And so for any of you, for you guys that would like to help, let's just break it down. For any of you guys that could see us having, say, a building where conscious people can gather, have, like I said, date nights, paint nights, where we teach, where we read, study, have lectures, have parties at a conscious place where we can you always know conscious people are going to be there, right? My first spots in my mind would be Charlotte, Atlanta. If you can see yourself contributing to something like that, or going and being a part of something like that. Okay, I see 2 yeses already. Let me get some thumbs up, family. If you guys are interested in that, I need you guys to come to Patreon, and we're going to have another meeting this week to set up who wants to do that and how much are you willing to contribute to doing that. Because if you guys are down, we can have something like that in a couple months, family. Okay, Callie says we have 2 offers on buildings, because we already looking. We have 2 offers on buildings in what's the name? If you guys saw the size of Ray Hagen spot at African Village in Atlanta, I'm probably looking for something around about that size. So if y'all know of anybody who has a building like that, that'll be great. Something like that or larger. Something that has a lot of good space, because when I go rent venues, like say this last venue, you're talking about $900 to rent it, and then $350 deposit. So you're talking about $1,250 for 5 hours. 5 hours. We can get a building where we're paying a couple thousand a month, but we're not having to worry about paying somebody $1,200 for 5 hours, man. We can have all the events that we want to have in it. You feel me? And with that revenue, we can actually get out here and do something. Instead of saying, hey guys, let's collect $2,000 and use that money to go out and feed people. All that sounds great, and it looks great on the face of things, right? It looks great to go, do these things. But what about tomorrow? Where will they eat? So instead of saying, hey, let's donate $2,000 to meet this goal to go out and feed people, we're saying, let's get this $2,000 to meet this monthly goal of paying this building fee. And with the revenue that we earn from this building, from that, we'll donate. That could be 10 grand. That could be 15, 20 grand. And we're not giving you food, plates of fish, bottles of water. but we're giving you information. We're giving you economics. We are building families. We are building entrepreneurship. We're building economics, and we actually are creating businesses to really help people. If you give away what you have without building something else, you're just going to go broke. This is something that Vicky's been teaching me, been talking with me about. Ricky absolutely has been going with me, talking with me about that this week, that we cannot continue doing this the way we're doing it. We need you guys' help. You know, we really do. I can see us owning houses. When you guys come to the events, this is me booking an Airbnb, a rather large Airbnb. Sometimes they cost from $1,400 to $2,200 for a weekend. And I'll have you guys come out and we'll spend time in these large houses like a family would. And we walk around the water. We eat vegan food 3-4 times a day. We're eating meals that we're not paying for. It's all catered. You have alcohol, beverages, all the stuff that we have, and you guys leave having a great time. Well, what if we weren't having to rent that building and doing it, every once in a while? What if we owned the home? We could do events like this every single week. And all you guys have to do is just fly out to it. If you're local to it, you already know where you can go. But it's a place where you know you can go, where you're going to meet people who think like you, where you're going to meet people who are on the same wavelength and they vibe with you. This is what is needed to transform your reality. We keep saying be the change that you want to see. Well, if you personally are just being the change that you want to see, and we're not providing other avenues for other people to be that change, then we're killing the world to save ourselves. Okay, I'm not going to worry about the world anymore. All I'm going to do is worry about me. Well, you have to go out and live in that world, family. And then what's going to happen? Your children are going to have to go live out into that world where you may have evolved. We evolved and we neglected the rest of the people around us. So we do have to create ways for them to evolve as well. Maybe someone who's not conscious may walk into one of these buildings one day and learn something. A small little tidbit. My cousin, who wasn't conscious, I didn't have anybody to man the door. My homeboy, my brother rather, Alex, wasn't able to make it. Him and his wife Latoya, who was also my sister, but they weren't able to make it, and so I didn't have anybody to be on the door. So I ended up calling my cousin at the last minute. Hey, brother, I know you don't think the way I think, but can you just show up as my cousin, man, and just make sure nobody tries to hurt me? People have been threatening me a lot. I lost my whole Facebook. People are declaring that I'm a hate group. Can you show up and just man the door for me? He does security type work anyway, really big guy. We were all calling him Terry Crews. But he shows up, he mans the door, does an excellent job of it. The people that's coming in and saying your bodyguard or the bouncer or whatever, security, he doesn't play. He's dead serious. So to you guys, it was like, man, how you know him? That was his first time showing up for me, and he wasn't even conscious. It wasn't until he keeps walking in on Ricky speaking. He listened a little bit. He'll go back outside, man the door again. He'll come back in on Williamson a little bit, go back outside. He caught a peek of Lorenzo. He caught all of Cali, okay? Then he comes back in and he catches me every now and then. But while Cali's speaking, no, actually Lorenzo was speaking, I walked around to my cousin and I said, hey, bro, he was actually sitting down there because he was sitting watching Cali do his whole lecture. And he was still sitting when Lorenzo was up there. So I walked up to him and I asked him, what did you think about? What do you think about this so far, man? You seem to be listening. And he said, man, I tell you what, that last brother, oh, he was a bad boy. Talking about Cali. See, Cali's very passionate. And Cali went out there and laid it right there in a way that he could hear it. And Cali can recall this. When we first met, he was saying that people was telling him to change his delivery and change how he presents his information. And one of the things I said to him is, don't change a single thing, brother. There are people that I can't reach that you can solely because of your delivery. People, it's not about necessarily the information. It is, but we are really fickle. It also matters how it's delivered. You know how somebody say it ain't what you say, it's how you said it? Well, I don't really listen to how you said it. I only listen to the information. So whether you yelled it or whispered it, I'm going to listen to see if there's any truth or fact in what you said. I just not going to waste my time worrying about if you said it the way I wanted to receive it, because I know that our brains can create these type of excuses just to get in the way. Well, anyway, Cali's doing his thing the way Cali does his thing, and that connected with my cousin. And my cousin's like, man, y'all make a lot of sense. By the end of the night, he was telling me, man, Kevin, I love your religion. And I said, bro, it's not a religion. It is the absence of religion. It is the freedom from religion. And he said, man, whatever it is, I love it. I'm in love with it. And anytime y'all do anything else, I want to be a part of it. Now, you're talking about someone who was on the outside looking in, okay, on the outside looking in. And he had never really heard me have a dialogue about, where I stood in my position on religion, but he just heard about it through all our other family members. And that was, I was crazy. It was, I was an apostate from the Christian perspective. But then coming and hearing us actually dialogue on how we got to where we are, he resonated with that, family. He resonated with that. It wasn't about going and following up on Constantine or the ecumenical councils and reading all this stuff. It was what we said made sense to him. And it answered a lot of questions that he ain't been able to get from all these other Christians. And this is what I'm talking about, how powerful we can be whenever we come together. Just asking him at the last minute to come in, we actually freed somebody. We rescued somebody. You guys know my cousin, Clark, I'm just going to call him Terry Crews. That's what y'all know him as. He came out to the hookah bar with us after, had fun with us, danced. I mean, you would have thought he would have been a part of Born Winners for a while, and he was completely new to it. Somebody, I was waiting for him to pull out that whistle. Facts, why people, why? Because he sure was. He said he had so much fun and forever, man. So just being around people who weren't bound by feeling guilty over the conversations. We was talking about sex, oral sex, any type of sex you could think about. We were talking about it and how we look at it as a construct, relationships, monogamous relationships, polygamous, polyamorous relationships, homosexuality, being straight, all these things we were talking about. And I'm talking about you having these conversations as non-Christians. So they're able to go to places that you wouldn't be willing to go if you were a Christian. So we can hear different perspectives without having a scripture in the way telling us what is right or wrong before we even have the time to think about it. It was beautiful, family. I loved it all. This is what I want to create for a lot of you guys. Now, listen, guys. Now, watch this. That same hookah bar that we went to. Why you were there? Miss J, you were there. Let's see here. DeMar, I think you were there. Let's see. A lot of you guys were there. Callie was there. Listen, man. They came up to me after this event. After we went up in there and showed out and brought about 20 to 25 people up in there. He comes up to me and is like, he has a slow day that he doesn't bring anybody into the building. So he wants to give us the building on Sundays. We just have to pay him a booking fee, just like you would book any other place, but it's actually less than the place that I booked that we spoke in. So we could get this place on Sundays, family, for 5 hours for about $800. As long as the total of people is less than 80 people, he'll charge us $800 for us to use this facility. And all we have to do is show up. We can have our conversations there. We can all contribute to that $800 to make it happen. You guys can pay $10 to get in that day, $20 to get in that day, so we can meet that goal. And we can all do our hookah, drink, talk, have our conversations, and have Callie to record it. Like I'm telling you guys, we can do some great stuff until we can get our own. You know what I mean? I would love to have our own, but we have to try to build the way we can. This spot is in Charlotte. It's called Fusion. Let me know, family, so I can get with this guy and we can set up a Saturday where we can all go there and kick it. So if y'all interested in meeting at a Saturday at this lounge, we can definitely do that. It's huge, family. It's very huge. It has a stage in it. I believe it has a stage in it. Tell me if it has a stage in it. Callie, Miss J, Ricky, y'all were there. It seems like when I walked in, there was a guy standing up front performing, and I can see Vanessa doing her poetry there. Ricky had some great poetry that he did for the event. I didn't know Ricky would even mess around with poetry. I know he sang, but I didn't know he did poetry. Of course, I rap, right? A lot of you guys rap. A lot of you guys sing. So this can give us exactly what we've been looking for, that the church that we lost by leaving the church. When you leave the church, church gives you an opportunity to sing. It gives your children an opportunity to sing and exercise their talents. It gives you an opportunity to play your instruments and sharpen your skills in that way as well. And when you leave religion, you don't really have that platform to be able to do that. Well, we want to be able to give to the world, or to the secular world, to the non-believing world, everything that the church provides. Fellowship, right? The ability for our children to be able to exercise and practice their gifts, the ability for us to be able to do that, so forth and so on. I could see us with a record label. I could see us producing conscious music, because I don't know of anyone who's really doing that right now. I could see us producing conscious movies with, of course, Callie and a team being the videographers and stuff like that. I could see us doing a whole lot to shape this new world. Kevin, what is your mission? My mission is the future. I think if I were to ask you guys if you could sum up what my song is, okay, what am I calling a song? A song is a person's mission over everything. What is my mission over everything? And that's the lyrics to my song. And then the music would be the cadence. Your music is your consistency to stick to that song, right? So if my song is that of freeing the people, then my music is my consistency in the fact that you saw me do this without stop for the last 4 years without fail. That means stomach cancer surgery without fail. I never stopped. From my bed, I was giving you guys information, up dancing around too early, about put myself in another bad position, had to have a surgery in February, almost died, right? Up moving around, trying to work too soon, speaking too soon, or out speaking caused me to lose my job in the beginning. Finances have been hard, and yet I've never quit. So I think that my song is very loud. I think that my consistency speaks for itself. But what would you guys say my song is? Is it better freeing the people? Is it just a ruined religion? Because I want you guys to understand my song is evolving. My song is making the world a better place. Religion just has to be confronted because it's in the way of making us a better place. And then those world constructs have to be confronted because they're in the way of making the world a better place. You understand? So it's my mission is I'm not trying to build a anti-religious group or a group that attacks religion. I'm trying to build a group who can focus on growing internally and understanding that everything outside of yourself could be very well religare. It could be very well a tool used to hold our brain back from uniting. I said this in the last lecture. We practice division and we practice unity. But we practice division and we practice separation, but we want unity. And it's impossible to get unity from practicing separation. Basketball players don't practice football and then go in on the day that they're supposed to play basketball and then play football, or go in on the day they're supposed to play and then play a different sport. Practice what you plan, right? So you can go out and have a better game. Yeah, when I used to play football, we used to say stack good days on top of good days and you'll have a good game. In other words, if you come into practice and you meandering, you're not bringing your all, you showing up late, are you being lazy? This builds within you a certain type of character. And on Sunday, that's what's going to come out of you. The person that you feed, that's who's going to grow. But if you go to practice every single day and you put it on the line every day, your body won't recognize the difference in between a game or practice. It's ready to rock and roll. You understand? Because you go in for full intensity every time. This is how you start. This is how you get a starting position. It's not given to the best player on the field. It's the most consistent player on the field, the one with the longest song. What's your song like? Is your consistency there? You don't understand, man. You can actually seem to be doing everything right, and all that makes you is reliable, right? You can have a resume, and that resume can say that you've done a lot of things. That can mean that you are reliable. You have the experience, but man, can I trust you? What's your song? How do I know you'll be here a year from now, still rocking with us, ready to move? How do I know that upon you changing your decision, maybe to not work with us anymore, that you won't be a crazy person trying to ruin what we've been all working to build with rumors and allegations? We need people that we can trust to be adults, people that we can trust to keep this thing moving forward, because the goal is that we have a better world. It's not about me. It's not about you. And if you guys trust me to come along and help me do this, I can make you a promise. I won't stop this mission to stop and argue with somebody, because I don't think that's important. The last thing that you guys need to see is me arguing with another leader or another teacher or somebody off YouTube who has a following. Because if we're all on a mission to move forward, I would have to be an arrogant person to stop us all from moving, so y'all can listen to me argue and debate with somebody because we don't have the same agreement. Because what that does is it divides the group. Now you guys are forced to have to make a decision on who you're going to agree with because we're arguing in front of you guys. I will not do that. I don't believe in distractions. I want us to be able to get out here and really make an impact. So guys, I am putting together a team, and I'm looking for those who wants to be involved in building this team. I'm not looking for people who saying, I don't really trust, I don't want to give away, I don't want to help. Then okay, then don't even worry about reaching out, because I want people who are past that point. You're past that point of saying, okay, I've been used by preachers. I'm traumatized still. Okay, then you're not who I'm looking for at this moment. I'm looking for people who actually understand that we ain't gonna get this done unless we contribute. That means you got to put away all that trauma. Yes, you've been used. I've been used. But you're not in a Christian environment anymore. You're not in a believing environment anymore where you can't ask questions as to where the money's going. You're not in a situation where you can't ask questions and see the receipts. You're not in that position anymore. We are conscious now. And I would never have any type of thing that I'm going to run where you guys wouldn't be in the loop about the money that you guys are donating. So if that's what you're thinking, it's not going to be that. If you find that it is that, you're more than welcome to withdraw your commitments as soon as you possibly can. Get out of there as fast as possible and tell whoever that we're con artists. This is not the case. We're going to see exactly what we want to see, what we're putting our time and effort in to come to fruition. We don't have to pray about it. We don't have to ask somebody that's bigger than us to approve us of it. We can do this because we put it in our own minds. Is it meant to be? That's what I'm asking you. is it meant to be? And by meant, I don't mean is there someone that has created a future for us, and by faith, is it meant to be? I'm asking, mentally, can you put it in your mind and make it happen? Because if we can put it in our mind and we can get this vision in our mind, then we can make it meant to be. Everything that you see in the world came from somebody's mind, right? It was meant to be. It was meant here. It was mental first, and then it came into a state of being whenever we put our time and effort into it to make it happen. You understand? Let me read this comment. Thank you very much, Catherine. She said, hi, Kevin. I can donate 25 a week. I love you, son, and stay strong. Please, everyone, hit the like button and let the YouTube algorithm feel you. Peace. Thank you very much, Catherine. That's dope, Catherine. And if you guys want to state here what your commitment would be, that would be fine as well. Just so you guys can see that we're not playing. There are others that are interested in doing this. I've had many of you guys come to me personally and say you want to do this. So I'm giving you guys that opportunity now. I've been afraid. What have you been afraid of, Kevin? I've been afraid of people saying that I'm somebody who's trying to steal money from people and use people. But one of the things that Callie said in this last this last lecture was, why are you afraid to be great? Why are you afraid to be great? And when he said that, man, I could feel like the chills in my body, my eyes welding up, like, why am I afraid to be great? Why am I self-sabotaging myself and making it harder for me solely because I'm afraid of what people may say or think, when I have people out here who really care about what I'm doing, who have been freed by my work, who have had their lives changed by my work, who are more than willing to put their hands to action. And yet I'm still not asking them to help because I'm holding myself back. And not only am I holding myself back, I'm holding back the mission. And that means I'm holding you guys back. And I don't want to be a part of Religare. I don't want to let my own discretions or preconceived ideas of what somebody may think about me make me afraid to ask for help. Every major organization does this. You cannot do it alone. It's the people, right? And so we need to be a family, a unit to get out here and make this stuff done. And I want to make waves. I want people to look at what we're doing and be like, wow, I don't know what they own, but they don't play. I want to show other ministries who identify with being believers of any type of God, that us not identifying with being a believer in any God can do just as much or more than they can in positive ways. I want to show the world that through our efforts, you can actually have morals and not believe in a Bible, a Quran, a Bhagavad Gita, a Vedas, any of these things. I want to show people that even without believing in man's words as the word of God, we can get out here and show the world that we can make it a better place, because we still love people. We still want the world to be a better place, and we still very much care about our lives and how we live it. It is not what people think, that we leave religion just so we can be immoral and not care about people. That couldn't be further from the truth. What I get from a lot of us is that we still very much care, probably even more so than ever, and we're looking for a way to do that. You know, one brother said, hey, man, I take my tithe to the strip club now. Another brother said, hey, I take my tithe to the bar now, right? Because we've been giving our money to people for so long, and we frankly haven't found anybody else to invest it in. Well, I'm that guy. This movement is that place. I promise you. In a year, if we haven't done these things that I promised, then you all are welcome to make whatever videos about me and say I'm like everybody else. But I need a chance. That's all I ask for. Give me an opportunity to bring to the world my vision. Okay, if you can see yourself inside of my vision, then come along and put your hands to the plow and help a brother out. All right. I believe that in a year, 5-10 years down the road, we'll be looking at people who are self-sufficient, who are entrepreneurs, who understand economics, and we'll be looking at communities of people that came through what we're doing. Okay, because I'm solely focused on building up a team, not an individual. This is not about me. And I'm telling you guys, if you are contributing to this thing, it's not going to be everything Kevin says goes. I will 100% listen to what you guys have to say, because again, I don't know it all, and especially in every area. I'm really good at studying, and obviously I'm really good at speaking and clarifying how I feel, or speaking what I need to say with clarity. But when it comes to event planning and some of these things that I have not been accustomed to, I'm frankly aloof to it. I'm human, family. So I don't want you guys to think that, because I'm Kevin Wesley and I know so much about this topic, that must mean that I'm also an expert in this topic. No, I stand the need to learn and to grow in many areas. And I ask you guys who may know more in those areas to come alongside and help me, just as I've helped you in the areas that you were ignorant in. And as a family, we can do this. You understand? As a team, we can do this. And one of us won't be so stressed because we're giving up so much monetarily. If everybody gives a little It's not going to stress one person out to the point to where they're giving up so much. You understand? This last event, I ended up losing money. So I ended up having less money than I had before I even started this event. Obviously, if it goes that way, I can't continue to do events. Money don't grow on trees, family. A lot of what I'm using to even pay for these venues and things like that are the donations that you guys give me to live off of, to take care of my children, to take care of myself and feed myself off of. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't feel that the monies that you guys give me to survive off of, that I should be having to take and opening up venues again and feeding all the people on my dollar, and I end up being in a worse situation financially. I know y'all don't want that for me either. So I want us to all come together and see what we can do to keep this mission going, so I can keep doing this. All right. Vicky very much so is part of the organization Born Winners, Be Evolution. If you have any questions, you can 100% see Vicky. You can see Vanessa Dixon. She is 100% part of this organization. Ricky Swink, Callie Williams, okay, Christine Chavis. They are 100% a part of this thing. Alex, of course, and Latoya, they are part of Be Evolution. I wouldn't say to hit them up for advice and things like that, because Latoya just started a business and they are dedicating their time to getting that straight. But the other parties, you are more than welcome to reach out to them and ask them what you can do to help, and work with them side by side and things of that nature, because I will be putting you with each one of those guys individually, as I don't have the time to be able to talk with all of you guys individually. But we will have meetings where we're able to dialogue and get this stuff out and make this stuff happen, family. That's it. Somebody said shrooms. Absolutely. We can have events where we have a shaman there and we do shamanic experiences. Where those of you that want to try that experience can do that. I've definitely tried DMT, psilocybin, shrooms, right? I've tried salvia. I've done them all. I've had all these different experiences. And I would say that they've all helped me to grow to the person that I am today. Each time I had an experience, it was out of this world. It was a look into a mirror that I didn't want to look at. And it made me see myself for who I was. And I didn't come out of the experience the same way as I went in. It was absolutely amazing. I would love that for y'all too, but y'all can't be getting like super duper crazy. What's up, D? Talking about shrooms. It's amazing, man, to just be around, different people who think the same, so you can try these different things, family. So a lot of you guys are interested in making this happen. Again, Atlanta is the first spot I want to try at. We have more than enough people who are willing to contribute their time and effort. We have people who are willing to contribute their time or their finances to being able to do this. Again, I don't care if it's $5, $10 a month, if that's all you can do, $50 a month. If you can do $100 a month, that's even better. But let's come together, family, so we can make this happen. You see all these mega churches up right in these same neighborhoods I'm talking about. And what do they do with those funds? We hear about this all the time. How much does the Black church collect on a yearly basis? Enough to cure world hunger? Can we do that? Here's what I'm noticing. We out here trying to save the world with our individual income, and we going broke doing it. It's hard. We out here struggling. Thank you very much, Charlene. We out here struggling, and we try to do this on our own, right? Well, notice that people who are in better situations, these millionaires and billionaires, they have these large companies, and they're able to give away large sums of money just to write off their taxes. They're not stressed to the point to where we are trying to help people, and they're considered philanthropists, right? So because they give away so much. And I mean, we would love to give that type of money away, but honestly, we don't have it, and we don't have the resources to even produce that type of money. But what if we did? What if we created an organization, a building, a business that brought in that much money? You know how many conscious people that there are across the planet who want to contribute to something like this? If the churches can do it and they're teaching lies, how much better can we do? If they're teaching it and the preachers are driving home to mansions and flying in jets, how much more can we do if your teachers are not doing those things? If your teachers are living like a normal person should live, and the monies are actually being used to help and benefit the economy, and you guys, I'm talking about as far as building either learning institutions, schools for our children, places where our children can learn different instruments. Again, what could we do if we're putting these things in place? What could we do? We could do a lot more than what these other organizations are doing. And they are leading with Jesus. They are leading with, we are a Christian family organization. And they're leading with these type of things in order to collect this much money. And then they don't do the things that they should do with it. They don't. But we can. We can show the world exactly what it means to be true. Not to be somebody who just talks and gets out here and and finagles people, but to really make an impact out here in the world. That's what I want to do. I've seen so many people out here from different church organizations using people and misleading people. I keep saying to myself, man, if I can get the chance, man, if I can get the chance, just one chance to be able to do right by these people, I can change all of your minds that everybody ain't like that, because everybody doesn't have a love for money. See, I don't have a love for money. I have a love for people, but I understand money is needed. I understand money is just banknotes or either fund coupons, however you want to look at them, but it's printed paper. And with this paper, we can turn it into a tool to build something for us that can help out a lot. Imagine what our world can be in 5-10 years if we're not teaching our children religion, but we have another place to take them to that teaches them responsibility over religion. Please, somebody type that down. Type that in there. Responsibility over religion. Please. If you want to do the greater than, less than sign, you can do responsibility is greater than religion. This would mean that your mouth is pointed towards religion for those that are ignorant in math. Thank you very much, young elder. Religion a responsibility over religion, family. Thank you very much, Lishan. That's what we need. Thank you very much, five angels. So we need responsibility. If we're being told myths, okay, and philosophy to try to get through life without actually being taught tangible things that help us through life, we're gonna fail. That's a lot of what hurts me is my ignorance, not exactly knowing exactly how to do this. Again, I never built a church from the bottom up. And frankly, even though a lot of people have saw my walk, they still stand in a lack of distrust solely because I used to be a preacher. And many of you have been used by many people while you were in religion, so you don't want to give up no more money. But it's time to get past that trauma and understand that this is not someone asking you for money so they can run it off with it. You're going to have the ability to ask where this money is going, be in control of where this money is going, have some ownership in where this money is going. I'm trying to build something for us all. Thank you very much, Essie. Okay, so I just want us all to understand that we need to come together. We can't do it alone. And I think it's unfair if y'all expect me to do it alone. And many of you guys will see the comments. I spend my life and my days studying, learning, so I can bring you guys information that makes your life better. And I put the video up for free. The video is already up. The information is already there. People are going to send me a message in a few minutes to tell me how much that video has helped them. In a few months, they're going to tell me how much this video has changed their life. And because I asked for a monetary donation to help a brother out, I'll get people who say, why don't you just give it away for free? Didn't I just give it away for free? Goodness, family. If someone is saying to you, I need your help, how can you tell the person who's put it all on the line to help you that they're asking for too much? That's not fair. That's going to make the person feel like they don't want to do it anymore. It's going to make them feel like they don't have any real value other than, I just want to hear what you got to say, but I don't really care about you or your life. I definitely value what you say because I'm going to take that and make my life better, make my children's lives better. But don't ask me for nothing, bro, because I've been traumatized. But that's not fair. We talk about going into any relationship, how if you take what happened in that past relationship to that next one, how it can be detrimental to that new relationship. That person that you just met didn't cheat on you. The person that you just met didn't lie to you. So it's not wise to bring all of that to that. Does it mean it's possible for that person to cheat and lie? Absolutely. But you should be strong enough to be able to spot those signs because you already left a relationship. So you don't have to lead with your fears. I don't want to be used. I don't want you to do this to me because that last person did that to me. No, I'm wiser now because of what that person did to me. I don't have to warn you at all. I'm going to catch you because I know how the last person got over on me. If you leave the church, you say, my last pastor told me that tithe was of God, tithe wasn't food, and if I didn't pay my tithes, I'd be cursed. You don't have to tell your next preacher or next teacher not to subject you to this type of rhetoric. Trust me, you'll spot the crap when he tries to do it because you're better, you're stronger. So I think a lot of you guys are in fear and you don't really have a reason to be in fear. You're not going to be manipulated anymore anyway, but you still walk around with this fear of being manipulated. No, you're already out of that crap. So don't use that fear. Use the love of what you want to see happen. Is it worth it? Whenever we go to a store and we buy something, we don't think about is the person across the table from us or the cash register from us using us. We think about what we are getting in return. What do you want in return? I want you to go inside of your mind and think about what this world would be as a better place from your perspective. And if you don't think what I'm trying to do can benefit to that world, then don't donate. But if you see a world if you can see a world that removed from religion, that it would be better for everyone around this world, whether that be for racism, it would make the world a better place. Okay. For economics, it would make the world a better place, right? For misogyny and gender bias, it would make the world a better place because we get all of this stuff from the Bible. We get gender bias from the Bible. It's the Bible that tells us, or let's just say religion, because the Quran absolutely does it. I don't want to just say the Bible because that would specify just the Bible and single it out. But many religions use this Western type cultural thinking or misogynistic thinking that asserts the man as being higher or better or than the woman. This is where a lot of this comes from. Culture biases, it stems from your own religion. If we can remove that, we can tackle that. When we see people who get treated badly simply because their sexual preference, this is stemmed in religion, and people feel that they have a right to assert evil things to you or treat you badly because they're justified in doing so via their religion. If you remove religion, we remove that as well. Now, not 100%, because you have certain people who still appeal to nature and say, well, gay is still wrong, but I'm guaranteeing you it's coming from being stemmed in some religion, because who is it wrong to? Regardless of your argument, if there is no God that gave you rules, then who is it wrong to? That means your argument is futile and subjective. If we understand this, we leave people alone, let them live their lives as long as they're not hurting anyone. Because if they're not causing intrinsic harm to anyone else, then what's the point of us tackling that? We can't even get our economics in order, and we worried about if the person beside us gay or like white women. Man, we got to grow and be better than that, family. We got to put the small things to the side and focus on what we all want as a family moving forward. And we all want peace. We all want unity. We all want to be off of the bottom of the social scale as people who identify as Black anyway. We want to be off the bottom of the social scale. We want decent lives where we're not begging and having to scratch for every little dime, right? So we're going to create our own businesses. We're going to come together and do that so we can have people who spend in our own businesses, because a community spends money together, right? We'll buy with each other, and we will make sure that every one of our businesses flourish. You understand? And with those funds, we'll buy up properties. Can you see how this could be conducive to yielding this better world I'm talking about? If in order for us to do this, we're going to have to hit the ground running. It can't be done. A lot of people think that blogging or internet is the new crave when it comes to keeping people united. But why do bloggers have these conventions every year where thousands of them meet up in one place to get together? They could do this online, but we all know that when people come out and meet together, it makes us stronger. Many of you guys have known people on your websites, on your social medias, on your Instagrams, on your Facebooks for years, months. But when you come and see them personally, is it not a different experience? I'm gonna pause for a minute. I'm gonna read some comments, but when you guys speak to people on Facebook, YouTube, IG, Twitter, whatever, when you finally see them in person, is it not amazing? Some of y'all feel like you're looking at a celebrity. Some of you are able to tell that person in their face what they have done to benefit your life. Some of you are able to hug the neck of somebody who's been encouraging you, liking your posts. I think that's super dope. See, Begging for Change says, and just comment, family, was it different for you guys when you met the people in person and online? Ricky says, if we can get everyone to give 10 to 15 monthly, we can make things happen. Community Fix or Netflix? Invest in you or Hulu? You hear that? Community Fix or Netflix? Invest in you or Hulu? Because we've been hoodooed. I just wanted to add to that that Begging for Change, but I like that little word play. Okay. Demille Mo, thank you very much for the donation. Actions speak louder than words. Indigo Child, thank you very much for the donation. I want to see here. Let's see. Jamie said, oh, Miss J says it automatically feels like family whenever you meet these people. Deshaun said, Kevin, look into truetube.com. Okay, I'll look into that as well. Obviously, you guys know we're working on an app that's called Be Evolution. Some of you guys have already downloaded this app. If you have Android, it'll be available on Apple soon. And through that app, we'll be able to move a lot as well. Okay. So it looks like you guys are saying, of course, being in person is a lot better than being online. Ricky, if you on here, Callie, if you on here, William, any of you guys that spoke, Lorenzo, how did it feel? Now, Lorenzo, he's been out here speaking for a while. And of course, William he came from being a preacher himself. But for Ricky and Callie, for you guys who've never spoken in front of a group of people and have only been doing a lot of what you do online, how did it feel? Because I heard it myself when people were in line, 50 people in line to take photos. I can hear them walking up to you guys, telling you guys how much they loved you guys and appreciated y'all for the efforts that y'all have been putting in online. I can see the tears in their eyes, the joy in their eyes, looking you in your eyes, telling y'all that they really appreciate y'all. I know what it feels like when people say this to me. So I'm not even going to say how it feels to me. I'm going to ask you guys, how did that feel to know that all those times that you sit there and made those videos, that there was somebody out there listening to the point to where they can walk up to you and be like, man, I'm so glad that you exist. I'm so glad you made your first video and I have learned from it. I watch all your videos, asking for your autograph. How does that feel to you guys? Just to know that you're making an impact in that regard. MW, thank you very much for the donation. She said, in a few months, I've subbed to your channel. I believe in your vision more than the 50 years I've been a Christian. I absolutely am honored by that. And that's all it takes is a short time to see what's real after you've been exposed to what's fake for so long. It don't take a long time to tell the difference, family. You know, Coconut Kangaroo says that thanks for changing minds that will change the world. Absolutely. Absolutely. Honored. It's S Coats. I'm confused. I guess you're trying to say thought. Maybe you left that word out. I thought the app was ready at Apple only. It was ready at Android only. Okay. I'm still trying to get that approved through Apple. They keep putting me through all this crap. When my Facebook and stuff got deleted, they really giving me a hard time. But I think this last time I settled everything I needed to settle with them. I sent them whatever they needed. Outside of money, I think they're good as far as me actually submitting to them any more information to prove who I am. So I think we're there with that. I'm just waiting on that to be approved, family. If anything happens with it, I'll let you guys know. Vanessa had asked if it was something monetary for me to let you guys know, and I will. Okay, family? I just need to let them respond back to me and let me know what's up. And actually, guys, right now I am working on the app, so you won't be able to pull it up right now. I am working on the back office of the app, just changing some things to it. Yes, absolutely, Alexandra. It doesn't take long to see it. Absolutely. So Ricky, I was looking for you and Callie to kind of speak to how you guys felt when you saw the people opening up to you and telling you that you are needed. You know, okay, let's see. Ricky says, of course, if you don't know, Ricky is begging for change. Says it's great feeling to meet the people face to face and for the people to know who you are. Absolutely. I definitely could see it in Callie's face, seeing people look at him and tell him how much he was needed and how much they valued him. Because, man, this dude went to his pastor's church and did a live inside of his pastor's church. Callie had people jumping down his throat from all different angles about religion. He's getting the same death threats and stuff I get simply because people see us out together a lot. And I know for him, just yesterday, Callie posted a post about his son, and his son had left him a message just saying, "Daddy, I really appreciate what you're doing out here in these streets and waking our people up, but I really want you to think about us. I mean, hey, you got a whole family here, and if something happens to you, I'll lose my mind. I'll go crazy. And so I encourage you, Daddy, just make sure you stay strapped, keep a gun, because people out here crazy. I love you. I wouldn't ask you to stop doing what you're doing because it's needed, but man, I worry about you every day." And that's what his son told him. Listen, my children tell me that, and y'all don't know that one day I was about to leave and go to Atlanta. Okay. And my daughter told me, "Daddy, I don't want you to go." And I said, "Why?" She said, "I got a bad feeling." And she starts crying. Like, "What you mean you got a bad feeling?" She said, "I just feel like if you go, you ain't gonna come back." And I'm like, "What?" Now, Callie, this was the time I went out there with you to do like a week long of filming. Or whatever, but she was afraid for me to go. It was right after my Facebook and stuff had got taken, and she felt like if I left, I wasn't gonna come back. And you know how hard that is to drive up a road knowing that your child feeling like that, and yet we persist, yet we continue. This is why I'm saying, family. And if something like that were to happen, and something we get murdered or something like that, then we don't have money for our children to survive off of. It's just a wrap. It's just a wrap. And so we need to be a family. So if something like that happens to one of us, like Callie said, it's next man up. We take care of each other's children. We take care of each other's seeds, and we move on. So we're not so our families don't go hurting because we stood up and tried to make it better. You know what I mean? Butterfly Light said, how are you going to be religious and sending death threats? Listen, it's very possible. The Bible doesn't speak against that. The Bible tells you to actually kill anybody who comes to you teaching against Jesus. So actually, they shouldn't be sending death threats. They should actually be downright killing people. It should be full-on slaughter. We should have to board our doors right now, simply because we speak the truth or speak our truth about religion. Their religion tells them to kill us. So we should actually be boarding our doors as if the purge is happening. So don't think that Christians are being mean for a certain or communicating death threats to you. That's actually, they should be doing more than that. They actually should be killing you according to their literature. And don't you think that's a problem? That the word of God says this stuff, tells people to do this stuff, either excommunicate them or murder them. That's crazy, family. So believe me, these Christians are not wrong when they feel like that. And in their mind, they actually feel like they'll be doing God a favor. You know, the Bible's God even asks people to kill people. The Bible's God even asked people to kill people. When the Israelites were worshiping a golden calf, what did God tell the other Israelites to do? Turn a sword on their brothers and sisters until the death toll was 3,000, right? Okay, so we know that the Bible says that Bible actually confirms God telling people to kill people, slaughter people in cold blood, kill the men, kill the women who have known a man, but the women who have not known a man, keep alive for yourselves. The former part or the early part of that scripture is a approval to genocide. Go in here and slaughter all of these men, all of these women who have known a man. It never mentions male virgins because male virgins aren't useful, right? Just keep the female virgins. There goes misogyny. There goes cultural bias. All this sprinkled into one scripture. And I thought men were the head and men were looked upon as being greater than women because the woman was made first. But when it comes to rape, no, God only wants women being raped. So kill the men, rape the women, make them your wives, do whatever you have to continue your biological makeup, because God, that's what he cares about, honestly, via literature. So this is why I say a lot of this stuff needs to be removed. Absolutely, Mashiach Benet. She said the God of the Bible drowned the world during that Noah bullshit. Absolutely. It's sick. It is. But family, this is what I'm saying. Charlotte, Atlanta, these places are local to me now. I don't really mind moving anywhere. So if we put or going anywhere, so if we can put a building in different places, put different teams in different places, just for us that as far as on social media, we can put different teams in different places. So if we're going to come to, say, St. Louis, we're planning to come to St. Louis early August or late July. I'm thinking early August, around the 10th or the 11th. We get out there. I want to already have a team in St. Louis, so I'm not out there by myself, right? Of course, for sure, Callie will be with me. I need to check and see if Ricky can be there and stuff like that. But Callie will definitely be there. He is going to be filming it. That's what's up, Michelle. That's what's up, Michelle. She said she got Atlanta. Cool. So those two places, I will need people who's going to Charlotte team. That's what's up, Butterfly to Light. We need people for those places who can dedicate a certain amount to keeping an arena open, a venue open for us to be able to do community things and building weekly, daily even. And then we want a place in Atlanta as well. And of course, when I go out to speak, I'll be getting with you guys on what we need to do to make that happen, so it just doesn't hurt me so badly via finances. Because I'm willing to bring the heat. I'm willing to bring the pain. I'm willing to have the lectures ready, the information ready, and really knock y'all socks off. I'm ready for all of that. It's just the financial part I can't do, and I honestly shouldn't be doing it. I really shouldn't be doing it. So I really appreciate you guys listening to me and hearing me out. I'm already getting the emails, so that's dope. I knew I would, though. I knew I would. I know a lot of you guys are eager to help, and I know that I've actually just been the one in the way. I'm not blaming any of you for the lack for the things that I've realized that happened in the last few days. I actually blame myself, so I don't want any of you guys to feel as if I'm pointing a finger at you. A lot of you guys did a whole lot more than I expected whenever things didn't seem to go right. Ricky, helping out Tamasha with all the things that she was doing. You know, Callie helping out outside of filming and speaking the way he was doing. I'm over here trying to get this live up for everybody so everybody can be happy with the live. And I'm being pulled in all these different directions. Not to mention, we all have lectures to teach in a few minutes, and we need those things to be sharp because that's what y'all coming for. And we don't want y'all showing up after 2 months of us broadcasting and promoting an event, and y'all come up to it and y'all come to this event and we're ill prepared with the information, or we're saying things that we already said. We don't want that. We want our heads to be clear so we can rightfully give you the information and you guys can receive it. And so the rest of the things we want to worry about as little as possible and have people in place for that type of stuff so we can give you guys a great event and the people don't leave feeling like it was janky or something, because I definitely am not trying to be a part of anything that seems janky, family. All right. That's it for today, family. We will meet again and discuss this stuff again. Thanks to all of you guys who attended, who commented, who donated. Thank you all. I will be getting with you guys on putting these teams together. Patreon would be the best way to do it. Like I said, if you're willing to donate, 10, 15 bucks a month, 50 bucks a month, go immediately to Patreon and just start there, because that's a monthly thing. It already starts there, family. I already have a nonprofit organization set up. It is called Kevin Wesley Incorporated. However, we're going to call this, what we're doing, either B for Be Evolution, or Born Winners. And I'll let you guys vote on that, whichever one you guys like the most. Of course, I like Be Evolution. I'm always talking about B. I love the acronym Be Evolution, and then the acronym spells B. It's everything that I feel like I'm doing encapsulated into an acronym, and it's a word, B, just simply B, right? Or Born Winners. And so whichever one you got, because Born Winners obviously is powerful, right? We've been taught forever that we was born sinners, and now we know we're not. We're winners, and everything that we're going to be doing with this is going to prove that we are winners. We're going to show the world that we are winners. And so I feel like both are great. So y'all just let me know. I could see a building being named B or Evolve more than I can see a building being named Born Winners. And so just let me know. The nonprofit, of course, could be called Born Winners if you like, or B. But I think as far as an arena or something like that, we could work together to come up with a name or whatever, a pretty cool name. But I want when people to see it, they know exactly who we are and what we represent, family. All right. I'm excited. I hope to see something like this coming into fruition a month or so from now, a couple months from now, so we can give the world what it needs, and not just saying, hey, Kevin, when can you do another event? Well, that means I got to look at my finances, figure out when I'll be able to do an event. And it's all going to be based on when I can pay for a venue. Yeah, y'all, that ain't going to be like that, because I don't have an income like that. My income is really based on you guys. So we need that to change, right? Kevin, when can you come to this place? Let's work on it. I'm gonna get with the team and say, hey, we're wanted in this place, right? This is what we need to go to this place. Here's the venue cost. Here's what I need to get Callie there. Here's what I need to get myself there, right? And here's what I need to speak, right? And all you guys will have this information, and we can work together to come up with that, right? And go from there. That way, it's not all on me, and or whatever. So or Vicky, because Vicky helps out a lot when it comes to these things as well. So we really need to do that. Before I get off, let me thank first off Christine Chavis for offering some of her resources on this last event. I want to thank all of you guys who came along individually and offered your resources. I want to thank my cousin Clark, or I call him Junior. We all call you Terry Crews now. I appreciate you rising to that occasion at the last minute. You could have very well said, man, I got my own family. I'm not about to go put my life on the line for some crap I don't even believe in. You're on your own. You could have done that, but you didn't. You showed up and you had my back. You stayed there the entire time. Not only that, you went to go hang out with us just in case somebody tried something there. Man, I will never forget that. So my cousin, guys, I'm going to show you. Whenever we were children. Let me see if I can see it here. I don't know if you can see, it's a scar. Yep. You see that scar over my left eye? Me and my cousin grew up together, right? And he's 8 years older than us. And he was allowing us to punch him in his face, right? Well, I hit hard. At least I like to say I do. I never punch myself, But I socked this dude, and it hurt him. And he got so angry, he stabbed me in the eye, right? With a pencil. Stuck right in my eye. I pulled the pencil out, and blood shot everywhere across the room. And my grandmother now, she's old. She's going to dialysis all the time. She's still alive at this moment, of course. She starts giving Terry Crews the works, right? Now, he was big then, too. So just imagine my little grandma, coming from dialysis. She's frail now, right? She's going through it. And she's literally out here, Mike Tyson. I'm not talking about some Junior and hitting him with the ball of her hand, like, or like this. My grandma squared up with him. She was throwing straight rights, hooks, like she was. She gave him the beats, yo, and he deserved it. He deserved it. But I want to say I forgive you for that. Every time I see you, I know I bring it up. That you try to put my eye out. I know I bring it up, but because of what you did for me this past weekend, bro, I'm gonna let that ride. I'm gonna let that rock. Okay, we good. All right, family, we good. Your sacrifice has yielded my forgiveness. At least you didn't have to kill a goat, right? And thanks to all of you guys who helped contribute to the event and all. We're gonna be looking to go to St. Louis and here shortly, and I'll give you guys the information for that event as well. And Callie, I'll definitely get up with you on those 2 options that you had for Atlanta. All right, family, that'll be all for now. My daughter is actually in Myrtle Beach. Thank you guys for helping to send her off on her vacation. Okay. For graduating with a 4.1 grade point average and A honor roll student. I don't think she ever made a B, maybe 1B in her whole entire life. That's pretty cool. Obviously, school. As far as school knowledge, it's not all of it. I would never attempt to brag on, just like, hey, my daughter's a scholar in school, because it's more than that. We know they mislead you and stuff in there too. My daughter's also homeschooled, and my sons are only homeschooled. But either which way, my daughter, she graduated. Her, my son, and their mother, and some of my daughter's friends, of course, they went to the beach. I was supposed to take my daughter, but I was so exhausted after this last event, and my money was low, so I just decided to just go ahead and stay home and allow Jamie to take the children, take Janae out there. But I'm here with Justice, right? And so we about to plan us a little outing. We're going to a what do you call it? He called it a secret house, a trap house, not a trap house. Because now they're gonna try to act like I'm going to get some drugs or something. Let me see. It's a house. Let me just tell you, because y'all gonna be sitting here trying to talk junk. I already know, because we're going, but it is called, and some of you guys may have been. Maybe you guys can tell me what to expect. But it's called Breakout Games, and basically escape rooms. That's what it is. Not a trap house. Escape room. Okay. That's what's up, LeSean. So I'm going to an escape room with my son. He wants to go to this escape room, and in these escape rooms, there's different like puzzles and things like that to find your way out, right? Yeah, begging for change. I was supposed to go live with Callie yesterday, and I didn't even do it. I laid around all day, bro. So, D, I know you been busy too, so I ain't really been tripping, bro. I've been asleep. Trust me, bro. I've been tired, trying to get myself together. But either which way, family, I love you all. Look forward to seeing y'all soon. I won't keep y'all. Don't keep us reminded about that, Michelle, about Trap House. That was an accident. I'm going to an escape room. But you guys can see how I made that mistake. That's what the church is, likely, though, a trap house, to be honest. And it needs to be made into an escape room, because you have to break all the codes just to come out that mug. See how I flipped that? But anyway, I love you all, man. I'm going to go get ready because I got to be at this spot at 4 o'clock with my son. It's a little drive. I'm out here in the boonies. So every direction I go in, it's going to be a ride. So Theodora said, I've seen that on a movie before. Definitely got to think outside the box to get out. Oh, okay. I'll be prepared then. All right. So, all right. Peace to you all. I love you all. I'll see you soon. I'm looking forward to working with you guys and being a movement. Wow. We are about to see boots on the ground. We're really about to see Be Evolution, Born Winners, and all the things that we want to see in the world literally generated or manifested into our reality. And we're going to know this for a fact. It came from the mind of people, because everything we have in the world came from a mind. As I get off of here, I want you guys to meditate on this. Is it meant to be for you? Can you see yourself in this vision? There's a scripture in the Bible, or at least what my pastor used to teach it, was that there was this table, of course, that it was so shiny that you could see yourself in it, right? When you look at this table, you could see yourself in this table. And so what they would do is they would write the vision literally, not actually happen, but just by literature. They would write the vision that they were trying to go inside of this table. And if you looked at this table and read the vision and couldn't see yourself in the vision, because it's a reflective table or whatever, if you couldn't see yourself in the vision, then you just said, hey, it's not that I'm against you. I just don't see myself doing that. If that's the case, no hard feelings to you. But if you can see yourself in this vision, if you can see this being a better world, what we're doing, if you can see that making the world a better place, sacrifice, man. Help us. That's all I ask. All right. I love you all. Be evolution. Be the change that you want to see. And no candle loses its flame from lighting another. Peace.